The future of Amtrak lies with Siemens and their charter locomotives and venture car train sets. These locomotives are meant to replace Amtrak's iconic aging GE Genesis locomotives. Siemens, a large multi-billion-dollar German company, has had lots of experience building trains in Europe. With their train plant in Florin, California, Siemens will be able to build trains on American soil. Amtrak has had history with Siemens with their electric Sprinter locomotives, which have proved to be a reliable locomotive on the Northeast Corridor. In total, Amtrak has ordered 2 locomotive variants, the SC44 and the ALC42. These locomotives will make up the bulk of Amtrak services in the future, especially outside the Northeast Corridor. The venture cars will replace old cab cars and locomotives, which at this point will reach 50 years of age. Given that most of Amtrak's fleet is nearing the end of their useful lifespan, these new passenger cars are needed in order to keep Amtrak's fleet looking modern and fresh. These new locomotives and passenger cars will bring a new era into Amtrak's history. The SC44 has been ordered by many state-owned routes. Customers include Caltrans, Illinois Department of Transportation (IDOT), and the Washington State Department of Transportation (WSDOT). The SC44 stands for Siemens Charger 4400 horsepower. This locomotive was built for the North American market, being a diesel-electric locomotive, kind of like a hybrid car. This means that these new locomotives are much more efficient compared to their predecessors and adhere to strict Tier 4 emission standards. Variants such as the ALC42 are based on the design of the SC44 and are modified to specific requirements. The SC44 has 2 variants, one with a streamlined roof which improves aerodynamics with the taller passenger cars, and ones without them. The SC44 can be found on routes such as the Pacific Surfliner, Lincoln Service, and the Cascades, and the San Joaquins in the future. These locomotives are meant to replace Caltrans' aging F59 PHIs, their Dash 832 BWHs, their EMD F59 PHIs, and some of WSDOT's Series 8 trains. Overall, the SC44 is meant to form the backbone of Amtrak's state-owned routes. Amtrak has ordered 125 new ALC42 trains, which will form the backbone of Amtrak's long-distance fleet, replacing aging GE Genesis locomotives, which are now over 20 years old and are reaching the end of their lifespan. Based on the SC44, the ALC42 is built for the rigors of long-distance rail travel. It will have a larger 2,200-gallon fuel tank compared to 1,800 gallons on the SC44s, a 4,200 horsepower engine, 200 horsepower lower than the SC44. This is done to reduce maintenance frequency. Many more changes were made to further adapt to the requirements of inner-city rail. The ALC42s will hopefully provide a newer and nicer way of traveling long distances, increasing ridership, and hopefully making their routes less of a money dump for Amtrak. A variant of the ALC42 is the ALC42E. The main purpose of the ALC42E is the Northeast Corridor, filling a problem with locomotives transitioning between electrified and non-electrified track. Usually when a train exits the Northeast Corridor, like on the Lakeshore Limited or on the Palmetto, the electric locomotive gets replaced with the diesel one. This process is long, increasing travel times, and expensive, where the cost gets passed down to the consumer. The ALC42s hope to change that, being able to smoothly transition between electrified and non-electrified track, improving speed and operating cost. The way it is able to do this is because the trains will be equipped with an auxiliary power unit, APV for short, which will supply the train with energy via overhead pantograph. The train can also still run on diesel, which will allow the train to operate on non-electrified tracks. Another variant uses a battery pack and third rail instead of overhead pantograph, allowing the train to act as Penn Station, further increasing the ALC42E's versatility. These would be used to replace aging, modified GE Genesis trains which do the same thing but less efficiently. The new ALC42Es will provide Amtrak with smoother transitions in and out of the Northeast Corridor, decreasing costs and increasing speeds, amounting to a better experience for the consumer. Originally, Siemens venture cars were not going to be a part of Amtrak rolling stock. They were meant to be cars built by Nippon Sharyo. However, due to delays and the failure of a prototype, the project was cancelled. Meanwhile, the venture cars were being used on Brightline, a private rail operator in Florida. They proved to be an excellent passenger car, providing a nice modern ride with high levels of comfort. Intrigued by the success on Brightline, Amtrak placed an order for 83 train sets to replace the aging Metroliner and Amfleet ones. Hopefully, this will bring a massive refresh to the corridors that use these passenger cars, as they are nearing 50 years of age. Amtrak state-owned routes have also ordered these passenger cars to supplement their aging passenger cars, such as the California car. These new venture cars will usher in a new chapter in Amtrak's history, increasing comfort and hopefully attracting more ridership. With Siemens at the heel of Amtrak's new rolling stock, hopefully Amtrak's reputation will continue to rise, bringing in more ridership. With this, people will realize that Amtrak is a viable transit option with faster speed and an overall more comfortable atmosphere. Hopefully, these trains built by Siemens will bring Amtrak into its first few years of being profitable. Things are looking up for the future in Amtrak, revolutionizing the way we travel. Thanks for watching.